Hello, my name's Sherry and welcome to my Vloggypod. Thank you for coming to spend some time with me. How are you? It's been a funny couple of weeks since I last did my Vloggypod, and in the UK we're getting back to some sort of kind of normal, as normal as it can be when you're walking around with face masks on, and I think like everybody that's going to take me a while to get used to. Not just the wearing it, and if you wear glasses it fogs up your glasses, you'll know that, but just seeing people like it, it takes me a while. But I have been out a few times. We went to London to see our son and lovely daughter-in-law. Well, I should put something in front of my son though, shouldn't I? My handsome son and lovely daughter-in-law. But we had a lovely time with them. Which I do show on the vlog actually, going for some lovely walks and talking, catching up, eating. Yeah, it was lovely, lovely, lovely time. And I got to see my mum. So yeah, it was a fairly short, would have been lovely to have been longer, but it will keep me going for a while. Yeah, that was lovely. So, rare few days off, and it was really nice. And it was very strange actually going out in the car as well. I haven't been out in the car for, well, like all of us, literally months. Anyway, all I was going to do this time is just show you a couple of, that I've only gone and finished something. Well, finished it a while ago, but I forgot to show you. And a bit more of my shawl and what I received in the post, what's going in the shop, and just what I've been reading. And then there's a little a little vlog at the end, and a quiz with an extra couple of questions. Thank you if you've been sending your questions in, by the way. I'm going to compile one next week with all of your questions. Thank you for them, they were good. An extra couple of questions for my pal Gaynor, who's Tales from Cuckoo Land, who always gets the difficult ones right. If I ever do name that film, she always names that film. So there's an extra couple there for you, Gaynor. I've let you in gently on the Sherry scale of difficult questions. This is way down there, so. Anyway, first of all, I just wanted to show you a bit more of my shawl. So as I've said before, this is a Stillness shawl make-along. I'm obviously about 2 weeks behind. But should you not want to see it, then fast forward a little bit. How long will I waffle on for? Probably a couple of minutes about this. But anyway, I just wanted to show you what I've been doing. So I've got a bit more done. Oh, I made a mistake, but I think I've got away with it. What was that quote from that? Nearly quoted at you then. So yeah, I think last time I was probably about here. Was I? Maybe about here. Anyway, I've done a bit more. And yeah, I went a bit wrong on this bit. I ended up with an extra stitch. But I cunningly knitted 3 together, and I think I've got away with it. But anyway, we will see. But I'm quite pleased with it now actually. Well, I was pleased with it, but I thought this stripy section I thought was going to be a shame. It wouldn't look as good, but I think it's okay. So yeah. And that is using, these are our yarns that we're using. So this is a mossy knoll, and then a mix here of chrysanthemum and I think it's at the bottom of the garden. I've got it wrong again. But anyway, yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. And it's a joy to knit, really lovely. I didn't do it for a couple of days. Well, I haven't done it for a while, but I didn't do it for a couple of days when I went wrong a bit, because I thought, oh, the lace pattern's going to be completely wrong. But I think I got away with it. Yeah, it's nice. So, and I know a couple of people, talking to a lady called Penny, who's thinking about doing it. Definitely do it. It's lovely. I'm really enjoying it. And that's that. So also I actually finished it a while ago. I haven't even finished the ends in yet or blocked it, but I finished my snuggle down cowl, which I'm not going to put it on, but I'm quite pleased with that. It's lovely, and that is using ballroom silks, and I'll put it on. I'm going to look ridiculous if I do this. Oh! So, ta-da! So that is using, God, blooming hot now, ballroom silks and rhubarb or mohair. And quite a few of you have said before, oh, there was another one. What's the other one that you love? Grandma's quilt. We will be trying to put some more of those in the shop, but it's not in the shop at the moment. Anyway, I'm really pleased with it. It's lovely. Clever jewels. So, I made a mistake. Always make a mistake. Turn that off. I'll tell you where I made a mistake. God, I haven't got my glasses on. Here we are, double line space here. Which I know I probably should have corrected, but that happened when I had lunch, when I went out for lunch with Gaynor, Cherie and Karen, Cozy Corner Quilts and Ollie and Bella, and obviously Tales from Cook That. And I made a mistake. I knitted an extra one, and I know I should have come home and thought, I'll unpick that, but I didn't, because actually now, whenever I look at that, I'll be reminded of that lovely lunch. But anyway, I'm pleased with that. Finished object, Sherry, wow. I have got a few things actually I haven't shown you. I didn't show you the pelmet that I made either. A long time ago I talked about doing that. I did do that, I haven't shown you. So, wanted to show you something that I got in the post. It's my birthday a little while ago. And I have shown you this lady. This is Nancy. And this was made for me by Vivian, who is Green Rabbit Designs. Lovely friend of mine. Very, very talented lady. Literally everything she makes is amazing. Look what she sent me. Introducing Bronte. So this is Bronte, which she said she named because she knows my love of literature. Just look, and this little cardigan. So I literally squealed when I opened this. And Christopher and I were looking at this, and Christopher thought this was in our Robin Redbreast colourway, and it was. That's little things like that she does. So yes, Green Rabbit Designs. I mean, her things, when she makes these, they're gone in literally seconds. And she sent me this with it as well. Little progress keeper, little bunny rabbit. And attention to detail. I did a little crocheted flower when I opened it. So, my girls, I do think of an evening that you have been making a bit of a noise. I do hear them downstairs, haven't you, when I'm not there? But there they are. Thank you, Vivian. Absolutely made my day. Thank you. And I also have a little parcel that I opened, and I've left it upstairs. I'll show it to you in my next one, and it was a beautiful little bag from Lizzie, Taffety Mouse, and a little gift. Just lovely. Really cross I didn't bring it actually. I'll bring it next time, show you. So just wanted to show you a few yarns that are either gone in the shop or are in the shop. And then I'm going to show you a couple of books that I've got, because I use some of my birthday money for books, because obviously. So these are, if I can hold them all up together. These are what went into the shop last week, and we will try and get a few more in there because you did seem to love them. And these are, starting this side, this is Lavender at Dusk, and in the middle it's a Sea of Lavender, and this is Lavender Fields. And I've said this before, when I was young, I used to spend quite a bit of time down in France, and we used to just head up a little bit into Provence and see the lavender fields, and I didn't really appreciate them, I think, when I was younger, and I see pictures of them now and I just think, wow. So anyway, that's what inspired those, and we will try and put some more in because they went super quick. And we have a different base that we're using at the moment, which is a sturdy sock base. So it's still 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon, but it's a different, it's 400 meters. It's very slightly different. It's not maybe quite as soft, but it knits up beautifully. We are going to be having some more of our platinum sock back in the shop, maybe this week, but probably the following week. And we also have, this is a different colour, I've made myself all hot now putting on that cowl. A Moment in Time. And this is on the super soft. So this is extra fine superwash merino, 85% and 15% nylon. There's a lovely poem, I won't quote it at you, but on the listing there's the beginning of a lovely poem on there which actually inspired this, because it is a moment in time. Actually, I think it's in late June, and sitting on the station looking out, and it's just capturing that moment in time. And this was kind of capturing sort of summer. So anyway, that is on, this is on soft sock. So this would be lovely for, obviously for socks, but it would also be lovely for shawls, etc. So that's lovely. And that also comes in a kid silk lace, and I don't have it with me, but also on sturdy sock. And then some bags. I'm holding on to this because I think that looks so lovely with this. Look at that. I love that. So anyway, this is, I don't know how that polka dot got there again. That just keeps happening. This is Birds and Butterflies. And this is a single skein. So I mean, you could get, I'm saying a single skein, you could comfortably get 2 in there, but I mean, once you've got your knitting in there, that one's all got skew now. So you can get 2 in there, but it's really a single skein bag that I made, just ideal for sock knitting and things like that. But yeah, it's just a simple bag. So the little hand sewn tabs that I do, you can't, seeing the stitching is intentional. It's not me being, I could just use ladder stitch and make it invisible, but I like you to see the little stitches because I think that's lovely. So that's Birds and Butterflies. And there is also this one, which is Candy Stripe. This is slightly thicker cotton. And look at that lining. I love that lining. It comes with a little lavender bag, so that's Candy Stripe. Lavender bag. And then this one, which has got 2 different linings, a pretty pink and grey floral. That's so like this one, I think they've both got a really vintage feel to them, a bit faded, you know what I mean? So that's lovely. So there's that one, and it also comes in polka dot again. And I think actually I'm not sure. I think they may all still be in the shop, but they're the bags. And we've got some lovely colourways coming. I did say last time I'd try and do one Friday, and time just got away from me and I didn't. But if I can do a quick one Friday morning and show you what's going in the shop, I will. Lots of people again asking for the advent calendars. Because they're a huge amount of work, the advent calendars. So what we did is we actually listed them on pre-order back in April. And they did sell out. So unless there are a couple of extra ones, if we put an extra couple up at sort of right before Christmas, but otherwise they are sold out. But we have got some beautiful Christmas boxes planned. So if you didn't get an advent calendar, you will have the opportunity to get something equally as lovely. The advent calendars, as I said before, we dye up skeins and then hand wind them into minis. So it's not just a case of us saying, okay, let's just do another 20 or 30. It's just there's so much work in there, and each little one has a a narrative and gifts, etc. So it's not just a case of just adding more on, but we are doing some lovely things. I'm also really sorry if I haven't been answering you, because I get messages come through on Instagram, and I saw a couple the other day which came through as message requests if you're not following someone that's been there for ages. And also on my email, it's not pushing them to my phone again for some reason. So I do apologise if I haven't replied to you. Honestly, the best place is probably on Etsy. But yeah. So I just wanted to show you what I'm not reading. I've got a bit of a thing at the moment for Willow Crossley, who is a just gorgeous lady, and she is she's a bit of a whiz with flowers, florist, all that kind of thing. And I've got one of her floral books, but I treated myself to a couple of her books. So this is The Wild Journal by Willow Crossley, and it's just literally about how it says here, a year of nurturing yourself through nature. It's not that I need to read about how to do that, because I do that anyway, but it's lovely to read somebody else's take on it and what inspires them and what they take from it. There's some pretty little illustrations in there. And yeah, that's lovely. I can't recommend it because I haven't read it yet, but I bet it's lovely. And I've also by her is Handmade Living, because anyone who takes the time to cover a matchbox, that's my kind of book. So it's lovely, beautiful photographs and lots of inspiration more than anything. So yeah, that's lovely. So yes, that's Handmade Living. And I'm getting round to the next one to read is this one, which I remember Amy, Little Tailoress, did a beautiful colourway for this. So I'm going to read that. And, oh, Sharon, is it Nana's Spare Minutes on Instagram? Anyway, you tagged me to tell me about a book that you thought I would be interested in, and it was the Embroiderer's Country Album. So I thought I would actually show you if you're interested in embroidery. I wouldn't say this is something to copy because it's pretty tough. You know, it's quite difficult. It's not difficult, but the whole composition you have to have courage to go for. But this is a lovely book, and it's by Helen Stevens. She does lots of things, lots of books, and she is the true embroidery artist, I would say. What she creates is, look at these, all stitched. So anyway, that was lovely. I thought I'd show you that because I've got so many of these little books that I don't share. So that's lovely. There was something ticking away in my mind I was going to say, which I can't think what it was now. But anyway, that's my plan of what I'm going to read. So I've run out of space on the card. More epic waffle. But allowed me to, I've run upstairs to get this. Look, this is the little bag that I was telling you. Thank you, Lizzie. I love it, love it, love it. How beautiful is that? A little notions pouch, and she sent me a little lavender bag. Thank you, Lizzie. I absolutely love that. I wanted to show you because otherwise I might forget next time. She's such a clever lady. Mrs. Maisel, I was watching that, and I was sitting there watching it, and it finished, and what happened, and then I was waiting for the next one to queue up, and it finished. I couldn't believe it. You know what I did? I had to prepare. Do you know what I mean? You have to prepare yourself when something's just about to finish. So that's finished abruptly, and I have started watching Said, I think it's called Said, The Beginning of Everything, with Christina Ricci, I think is her name. And yeah, I think that's going to be quite good. Clothes are amazing. Anyway, any recommendations? So that's it really. I won't go off on another tangent. Thank you so much for watching. There's a little quiz, there's a little vlog, and then there's a quiz. And Gaynor, pay attention. Have a lovely week. So I've just opened this beauty. This is Bronte. And lovely Vivian, who is Green Rabbit Designs. Oh, not only did she remember my birthday, which is amazing, but look. And these two are getting on famously. This is Nancy. You know Nancy, I've shown her to you lots of times. Oh, Vivian, honestly, don't know what to say. I've had a good old cry. Of course you do. Look, there's even a little polka dot pattern. I see you, Archie. Hello, darling. I mean, it would be so much more comfortable not to have your head up against the unit like that. But if you're happy, that's all right with me. Even if you are just a little bit of a number. Yeah, we're all looking at you. All of us. All of us. So, welcome to the quiz. Before we start, I would just like to apologise because I've just watched back the poddy part, to see if I needed to put anything on the screen and things like that. Oh my goodness, I look a right shock. So I've got mascara on my face and my hair just look like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards. So I do apologise. Nothing I can do about it. And when I said to my son, look at what I look like, he said, that's what you always look like. So anyway, apologies for that. So on with the quiz. First question, number 1. So you all know that I love Monty Don. But when was Gardener's World first broadcast? When was it first broadcast? So was it A, 1968, B, 1970, or C, 1974? Question number 2. Who wrote The Great Gatsby? A, Ernest Hemingway, B, F. Scott Fitzgerald, or C, John Steinbeck? Great book, great film as well. So Ernest Hemingway, F. Scott Fitzgerald, or John Steinbeck. Question number 3. What is the capital of Spain? Nice straightforward one. What is the capital of Spain? I say straightforward one. I don't mean you should know the answer. What I mean is it's a straightforward. You know what I mean. What's the capital of Spain? Question number 4. Name the film. So this is a film starring my probably all-time favourite actress ever, Audrey Hepburn. So what's the film? Question number 5. So when we go back to Kent to see most of our family, both of our families are in Kent, the Stonehenge is one of our markers. You know, do you have that where you have somewhere and you think, oh, we're there, that's an X amount of time from home or whatever. Anyway, when was the stone circle of Stonehenge built? So it was actually built in 3 parts, I think, but the actual stone circle, when was it built? Was it 2500 BC, 1000 BC, or 200 AD? Question number 6. How many times bigger than the United Kingdom is the United States? So I mean in area. I mean, how many times bigger than the United Kingdom is the United States? Is it A, is it 5 times bigger, B, 20 times bigger, or C, 40 times bigger? Question number 7. Jane Austen's first novel was published in 1811, but what was it? Was it Emma, was it Pride and Prejudice, or was it Sense and Sensibility? Emma, Pride and Prejudice, or Sense and Sensibility? Question number 8. Who painted the Sistine Chapel? Was it Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, or Raphael? Who painted the Sistine Chapel? Question number 9. What is the largest planet in the solar system? So one of my sons actually writes about science and all clever sorts of things like that. So what is the largest planet in the solar system? I'm not giving you any clues for this one, any A, B's or C's. You've just got to have a guess at this one. And question number 10. When was the first Wimbledon Championship held? So we walked past Wimbledon the other day and I was really quite sad to see it empty because I think the final would have just happened actually. But so when was the first Wimbledon Championship held? Was it 1901, 1877, or 1797? And that's the end of the normal part of the quiz, but we have a bonus round. Now, you will know Gaynor, Tales from Cuckoo Land, and so we have a lot in common, Gaynor and I. we both do silly voices, and we both kind of know quotes from films and things like that. And if I ever say anything, a question, name that film or something, she's there. She knows exactly what it is. So, especially for Gaynor. Bonus question number 1. I'm letting you in lightly, Gaynor. In Notting Hill, in the bookshop, we see Anna Scott sign an autograph for Rufus. What is the bookshop called? That's the first part of the question. Oh yes, it's a 2-parter. And B, what does she write for him? So when he says, will you sign this for me, what does she write? I know you're going to know this. And the second question now, we're both Mother of Dragons, so I figured you probably will know this one too, or you have a good chance. In Star Wars, what is the name of Han Solo's ship? Again, quite an easy one, I think. But there too, when I say it's for Gaynor, obviously everyone can do it. It's just I'm challenging Gaynor a little bit more. So the answers, question number 1, when was Gardener's World first broadcast? And the answer is 1968. It was in January 1968, so that's A. Question number 2, who wrote The Great Gatsby? And the answer is B, F. Scott Fitzgerald. 3, what is the capital of Spain? And the answer is Madrid, which also has the highest population. Apparently it's got over 3 million people live there. That is a lot of people, David. Question number 4, name the film, and that is Sabrina. And the clothes in that film are amazing. Question number 5, when was the stone circle of Stonehenge built? And the answer is 2500 BC. The original henge was built about 5,000 years ago, actually. So A, 2500 BC. Isn't that incredible? I think that's amazing. 6, how many times bigger than the United Kingdom is the United States? And the answer to that is 40 times. That's amazing. So when I double checked, I thought, God, 40 times, can that be right? But there are 11 states, each of which are bigger than the United Kingdom. So, 40 times. Question number 7, what was Jane Austen's first novel published in 1811? And the answer is, it is Sense and Sensibility. And then I think it was Pride and Prejudice was her second one. Who painted the Sistine Chapel? And the answer is Michelangelo. So we actually went there a few years ago, and you have to be quiet all the time when you're walking around, because they want you to absorb what you're seeing. But the time, and you sort of go through lots of little, I'm going to call them rooms, but they're amazing, each with incredible artwork. Then when you get through to the end, and they want you to be quiet, there are a load of security guys, I guess, all shouting, be quiet, be quiet. Anyway, it's rather amusing. So anyway, who painted the Sistine Chapel? Michelangelo. What is the largest planet in the solar system? And the answer is Jupiter. It's actually 300 times the mass of Earth. And that's not me being clever, it's because my son told me that. Question number 10, when was the first Wimbledon Championship held? And that was in 1877. And it was originally a men's tournament, of course it was. It was the world's first official lawn tennis tournament. And it was actually introduced because croquet was people were becoming less interested in croquet. And another fact, I saw McEnroe Fleming play there, and I was so close. We're on the outside courts, and I was so close to them, because at one point he was going to be my husband, John McEnroe, but anyway, things didn't work out quite like that. But so if my husband's listening to that sounds really bad. I didn't mean it like that. Anyway, so in Notting Hill, in the bookshop, we see Anna Scott sign an autograph for Rufus, and the answer, Gaynor, what's the bookshop called? It's the Travel Book Company. And what does she write? Dear Rufus, you belong in jail. So, and the book, an extra bonus question, Gaynor. What was the book that he was accused of taking? I'll let you have a think about that one. And the answer is The Cadogan Guide to Parking. That film was released in 1999, so it's over 20 years old. That's amazing. And so your other extra question. In Star Wars, what is the name of Han Solo's ship? And it is, of course, the Millennium Falcon. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the quiz, and thank you so much for all the... Send your questions in again. I've had some really great questions. Keep sending your questions in, and next week I'll do a quiz just with all of your questions. So thank you, and see you next week. Bye.